Hello, everyone. It's your girl, Chiquis, and you've reached the voicemail box for Dear Chiquis. I'm here to give you advice on anything and everything you need help with. Maybe you're going through a breakup. Maybe you're having issues with your family. Or maybe you need help figuring out how to balance your checkbook or how to start a business. Whatever the case is, I want to hear from you. Remember, these are my thoughts and opinions, and if you're suffering from an issue or hardship, you should seek help from a qualified professional. All right, now go ahead and leave your question at the sound of the beep.
Hi, Chiquis. How are you, beautiful? My name is Jasmine, and I wanted to ask you a question regarding some free time for yourself. The reason why I ask you this question is because I do know that you are a second mother to your siblings, and at a very young age, you were held responsible for them. I'm 29 and I need a breather. I love my children. I love spending time with them. I would be nothing without them. But sometimes I just want some me time. Is there any advice you could give on how to find some time for yourself? Are you even able to get some time for yourself? That's my question.
Oh my goodness. Thank you for your question. Look, it definitely is possible and it should be a priority in your life. A lot of women feel like once they become a mother, their life has changed forever, which yes, it has changed. And they feel like selfish and guilty to find time for themselves. And that's absolutely incorrect. I mean, obviously, it's all about balance. Even when I was raising my siblings, Johnny was 11, Jenica was 15. They needed me to take them to school and everything. I did my best to spend as much time as I could with them, but I would make it a point to get my nails done, to go out with my friends. And it's all about finding that balance so that I don't eventually resent them. I didn't want to ever resent them or feel like I was missing out on something because I was taking care of them. I loved taking care of them. I love my siblings. I love to see them growing up now and like, oh, like I had something to do with that. But I also took the time to take care of my heart. So it's definitely possible. And I think maybe just waking up a little bit earlier if possible and spending some time by yourself, journaling, praying, something that's just going to keep you aligned. And also asking someone, I don't know if you're a single mother, but having someone help you with the kids for a couple of hours where you can just go on a walk, go get your nails done, get your hair done. Like, don't forget about yourself, because as beautiful and as much of a blessing that children are, they're going to grow up one day and van a hacer su propia vida. Y luego tú qué? Like, you have to find that balance. It's absolutely imperative. So Jasmine, I hope that you can just take that step. It's just deciding and doing it, and it's okay. They're not going to hate you. They're still going to love you. Your kids are going to love you. Don't feel guilty and think that, los voy a dejar. No, this is also your life. And your life has not stopped because you had children. Now let's hear from Teresa.
My name is Teresa. Before anything, I want to say I appreciate you for being vulnerable and opening up the space for your fan base and boss bees. It really means a lot to us who follow you and your family. My question of advice for you is, what can I do to overcome this fear and feeling of guilt to claim justice for myself? I'm 26, and within the last 5 years, I've been going through the highs and lows of reliving my past of childhood sexual abuse from a couple family members and other people. I only told my family of 2, though, who were close to me. It wasn't just physical, and it's not just the past. This is something that took away my childhood, innocence, my peace of mind, sometimes even feels like my soul. I suffer from PTSD daily. I no longer ask God why, but instead, how do I transform this pain into power? Opening up about this has changed my life for the better. Talking about sensitive and unspeakable subjects, like some may say, the taboo, is what I found is healing, not only for me, but for so many men and women out there who have and are currently living my experience. With that being said, I'm going through the dilemma of pressing charges on one of my abusers. I'm still within the statute of limitations in my state. I'm just not sure if I'm going to go through with it, but I'm running out of time. I know by doing this, I will mix the pot with a lot of my family members who already don't have my back anyways. But I know this will be an eye-opener for many of them who have gone through similar experiences and it was just shoved under the rug by the family. Thank you for listening and sharing if it makes it on the podcast. I'm a huge fan. I listen to every episode. Te amo, mi chiquis. Much love from a boss bee. Ciao.
Ay, qué linda. Teresa, thank you. See, this is how you guys know I don't listen to these questions prior, is because I said Teresa and her name is Teresa. She pronounces it Teresa. So just so you guys know, okay? Anyways, Teresa, I feel you. First of all, you're so insightful. You're so intelligent. Like I was listening to you. I'm like, wow. Look, I'm proud of you for wanting and hopefully going through with pressing charges. because I know that that's not easy. I had to do that. I was very afraid. And it still hurts me sometimes because my abuser was my father. And it was just such a weird moment. And I did lose a lot of family. But look, if those people have already turned their back on you, o sea, bye. You know what I mean? Like, you don't need those people in your life. If they don't believe you, if they're not going to support you, then you don't need those people in your life. And if they get upset because you press charges, allá ellos. Like, this is something you're doing for yourself, not only for yourself. And this is where it changed for me. I'm also doing it for future generations. I have to defend myself. I have to show, and that's how you have to see it. Like, wait, this happened to me and I have the opportunity of getting justice for not only myself, but for the little girls that are watching me, that God forbid have gone or are gonna go or are going through the same thing, and they see you and say, wow, she did it. Like, we have that responsibility as women to use our voice to say, hey, this happened, because that's the only way we're gonna be able to stop this, hopefully, is by talking about it, by doing things like this and pressing charges. So I applaud you for that. I applaud you for that, first of all. Now, here's the thing. I am a huge advocate for therapy. That's what has helped me. So I would highly recommend for you to get therapy, a life coach, to read books. Read my book. I don't know if you've read my book, Forgiveness. Forgiving, really forgiving and not holding resentment towards these people. Yes, they hurt you. Forgiving doesn't mean you're excusing what they did. It's letting it go and leaving it in God's hands. That's what it means. It's a gift for yourself. It gives you the wings to fly and to soar. And I don't know if maybe you're holding resentment, and I don't blame you if you do, but really just trying to just forgive, not forget, just forgive and say, you know what? Only God knows why this happened to me. And I'm going to use this as strength to help other people. And once you remove it from yourself and you focus it on other people, you feel better about the situation. I hope that makes sense. But Teresa, thank you. And I'm sending you a big, big kiss en la frente. Mwah. Okay, let's hear from Senia.
Chiquis, I love you. I just wanted to get some advice from you. For a while, I have been really determined to start my own podcast. So I just wanted to know if you had any advice, any ideas, anything, even the smallest thing would really help. I'm kind of a shy person, so just me even trying to start this up is a really big step for me. And it's me coming out of my shell. I just feel like I have a lot to say when it comes to dealing with mental illness and women like me who deal with it every day in relationships and friendships and family issues and anything. You know, I've been through it all. Your podcast too is one of the many ones that inspire me every day. And then I listen to you and I'm just like, wow, she always knows what to say. And your sister too. Shout out to Overcomfort Podcast, Jenica Lopez. I just really love that you guys are doing your thing, and it's really inspiring to me, and I definitely want to try it. I know I might not get a lot of listeners like you guys, but if I can just make somebody's day or put a smile on somebody's face with my words and my advice, it all has been worth it. And I just want to say thank you for being the queen of us boss bees. You know, we got to stick together. So yeah, anything would be really helpful, and just keep it up because you really, really make a difference in people's lives, even if you don't know it.
Thank you, girl. You just made me feel so happy. You are so cute. Thank you. Well, I think it's amazing that you want to start your podcast, and I think you should just do it. You know, you guys, I always say this. I'm like, I don't like to live with the what if. So I think just absolutely do it. There are a lot of videos on YouTube as to what equipment you need and how to start it. So that's first. And don't worry about if you're going to have 100,000 listeners or 10. I think that the fact that you want to do this it will help you. First of all, it'll help you know that you're doing something good for other people and also for yourself. It's a form of therapy as well, like speaking and just letting things out and helping other people and knowing that you're doing something good in the world. And if you feel that that's part of your mission, I think you should definitely do it. And it'll help you heal as well at the same time. I love my podcast, you guys. And these types of messages, like you saying that it helps you and inspires you, it just keeps me like so motivated. So I say do it. And the amount of listeners do not matter. It's the fact that you are bringing out a message to the world. And little by little, the word of mouth is very strong. So I will listen to it, okay, if you start it up, and I think you should. Okay, Thank you guys so much for leaving your voicemails. I really hope I helped put things into perspective for all of you. Ya saben, si tienen una pregunta, lo pueden dejar en speakpipe.com/Chiquis and Chill podcast, okay? Looking forward to hearing from you. Besitos. This is a production of iHeartRadio and the My Cultura Podcast Network. Follow us on Instagram at My Cultura Podcast and follow me, Chiquis, that's CHIQUIS. For more podcasts from iHeart, visit the iHeartRadio app, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you listen to your favorite podcast, and check us out on YouTube.